Hello everyone, welcome to today. It's April 30th, Thursday. I'm excited for today's video. Welcome here again. So for today, our warm-up word is dynamic. So instead of doing our normal, each letter has an exercise, we're going to do a little bit different. Because the word is dynamic, we're going to do what we call a dynamic warm-up or a dynamic stretch for a warm-up. So we're going to do a few exercises in our spot, but while moving. So dynamic means moving. We've talked about the difference between dynamic and static stretching. Static being still and dynamic meaning moving. So we're going to do what we call a dynamic warm-up. So you can follow along. The first thing we're going to do is high knees. So I'm going to do 10 high knees. Then I'm going to do 10 butt kicks. Now I'm going to do 10 arm circles. You'll notice that this is very similar to spelling out a letter, similar exercises. Now I'm going to do 10 skips. So I'm just going to skip and spot. Now I'm going to do 10 lunges. I'm stepping back. If you want, you can add a rotation. So you can do a lunge and then a twist. A lunge and then a twist. This is a little bit challenging. It takes some core strength and some balance. Now we're going to do some hops. And sideways hops. And forwards and backwards hops. Awesome. That's all for a quick warm-up. Nice and moving. Get our heart rate up just a little bit. And we're ready for our challenge today. So, like last week, we're going to do our fitness challenge cards again. So we had those 10 or so challenges, and we're going to try to do them again. So, like we've talked about goals in the past. I want you to try to see if you can beat your score from last week. So maybe try a little bit harder, push yourself, see if you can do that. That's my goal for all of you, to try to beat your scores. I will try to do the same. So the first one was push-ups. So we want to see how many push-ups you can do. I think I did 40 last week. I will try to do 42. We'll see if I can get there. All right, here we go. Oh, I guess not. I got 25. That's okay. It's a goal for me to keep working on that every day. I'll practice a little bit more. The next thing we're going to do is stretching. Now, we talked about how many muscles you could stretch last week. We talked about different stretches, stretch more than one muscle. So we did a dynamic stretch as a warm-up. We're going to do a few more stretches now. We're going to do the butterfly stretch, just like this. This stretches a bunch of muscles, all these muscles on the inside of your leg. They're called your hip adductors. There's at least 6 of them. This is what stretches it. Remember, you should be holding a stretch for 20 to 30 seconds. Awesome. Next stretch we're going to do is what I call a figure 4. So you're going to lie on your back. You're going to take one leg, put it over your knee, and pull your hands one through here, one here, and pull that knee towards your leg. So I'll show you a different angle. So I put my leg across, I put my hands one through here, one on this side, I pull my leg back. And you should feel a stretch kind of in your back right here. And what you do to one leg, you should do to the other leg as well. Awesome. The next stretch we're going to be doing is our tricep stretches. So we're going to do a little bit of upper body. So you're going to grab your hand over your head, pull on your elbow, pull it across. You should feel a stretch in here. A stretch feels like a slight pull, like a little bit of a pull in your muscle. Shouldn't hurt, then that means you're pulling too hard. Then you want to switch sides. So this hand pulling this over. So you see how I'm doing stretches now? I'm holding a still position. This is called static stretching. Awesome. We're gonna do 2 more stretches. We're gonna do a standing quad stretch. We talked about this last week, where we pull our knee back, pull our foot back behind. Okay, we don't want to pull it to the side of our body like this. That could hurt, damage your knee. You want to pull it straight behind you and work on your balance at the same time. But if you need a partner to hold their shoulder, or you have to use a wall, no problem. All right, remember what you do on one side, make sure you do on the other side. And great. And last stretch we're gonna do, we're gonna put one leg in front of us. We're gonna reach down and try to touch the toes. This is gonna stretch the back of our leg. That's our hamstrings muscles group. And the other leg. Awesome. Good stretching, everyone. Okay, the next challenge is sit-ups. We're going to see how many sit-ups you can do. I'm going to try to do 20 today. We'll see if I can make it. If I make more, that's okay. If I make less, that's also okay. Okay, here I go. So make sure when you're doing your sit-ups, you have your knees bent, your back's on the ground. Try to keep your hands on your shoulders, up, and touch your elbows to your knees. You don't want to put your hands back here because then you're pulling yourself up. You want to just use your core. I got 12 today. Let's see if you can beat me. The next challenge we have is what we call the pass and catch. So if you have somebody living in your house that can play catch with you, try that. See how many times you can play catch and back and forth. Remember last week we said once you make a successful catch, take a step backwards, throw it again. If you catch it again, take a step backwards, see how far you can get apart while you're still playing catch. If you're by yourself today, you can grab a ball or a sock ball. Again, just kind of like yesterday, throw it up in the air, catch it. I'm gonna get my disc, which is just behind me, and I'm gonna see if I can do 5. All right. I've got my disc. You can choose whatever implement you want. The disc is a little bit more challenging. If you want to use a football, if you have, or something that's not circular, you can try that as well. All right, so I throw it up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I missed it. I only got 4. That's okay. All right, the next challenge is water. Have a quick water break. I've got my water bottle here. Awesome. The next one we have is our jump and think for fruits. So remember, we're hopping in one spot, and you're trying to name as many fruits as you can while you hop. I only got 10 last week. We'll see if I can do more this week. All right, here we go. Apples, oranges, bananas, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, kiwi, watermelon, honeydew, cantaloupe, dragon fruit, Saskatoon berries, poison berries. I don't know if I can think of any more. That's it. I got 12. I think I beat my score. I'm sure I missed a lot. I know there's more than 12 fruits. I missed raspberries even. All right, see how many you can get. The next one we have is our squat challenge. So working on our legs muscles. Remember to keep our feet balanced, about shoulder width apart. When we're doing our squat, we're like sitting in a chair and standing up. We want to push your hips back, keep your feet grounded, and stand up, okay? I always like to say it's like you're sitting in an invisible chair and then standing up. All right, I'll see how many I can do. My goal is to do 25. And 25. Awesome. Let's see if you can do 20. The next one we have is our plank challenge. So remember we talked about what a proper plank looked like. We want to have a nice straight back. We're going to see how long we can hold that for. I'm going to see if I can hold mine for 30 seconds today. I challenge you to do the same. And 30. Awesome. All right, we're getting close to the end. We've got a couple more. The next one we're doing is our balance challenge. This one was a balance and think. We want to name different types of vegetables. All right, so you're gonna balance on one foot. See how many vegetables you can name. Tomatoes, cucumbers, avocados, peppers. What else we got? Carrots, lettuce, beans, broccoli, cauliflower, turnips, sweet potatoes, potatoes. Oh, there's so many. I had 12 there. Now I'm gonna try the same on my other leg. See if I can name more. This could be harder though. We got peas and eggplant and asparagus and zucchini and different types of peppers. All right, I think I got a total of 16. See how many you can do. All right, now we're gonna do jumping jacks. I'm gonna try to get 30 today. Awesome. And so now if you look at your challenge sheet, it says to check your heart rate. So that means take your 2 fingers, you could feel around your neck. You should feel something bumping around. So you want to see if you can time yourself for 60 seconds and count every time you feel a bump. That'll tell you how many times your heart beats in 1 minute. Okay, if you lose count, or if you're finding it too challenging to count for 60 seconds, what you can do is count to 15 seconds, or have a timer for 15 seconds, count how many bumps you have, then multiply your number by 4. You might need to get an adult for help to figure out that math. All right, let's see how long I can do it. So my heart rate was 34 seconds in, or 34 beats in 15 seconds. So I'll multiply that by 4 and you get 136. So my heart rate was 136 or so beats per minute, which means I'm working hard, but not too hard. All right, the last one you have to do is your reflection. So I want you to think about how this went for you. I took a little bit of shortcuts. I want you to do the whole thing. And tell me how it is. Was it super hard, like too hard, or was 5 too easy? For me, it was around a 3, so right in the middle. Wasn't too hard, wasn't too easy. All right, that's it for today. Let me know how it went. Have a great afternoon. I'll see you tomorrow.